this is Joel Richard, and let's see the exercise number 3, which is array implementation of QADT. The aim is to implement the QADT in an array and perform the following functions. Let's see the algorithm. Using the built-in data structure, we implement the stack operator, implement the queue with class and constructor function, assign self max equal to max, and then we create an empty list of size max, and then we initialize the front as 0, size as 0, and rear as -1. Then the isEmpty functions returns true when the queue is empty. If it checks if the size equal to 0. The isFull function returns true if there are max size elements in the queue. It also checks if the self size equal to self max. Then let's see the enqueue function. The enqueue function means it adds an element to the queue. It checks if the queue is empty or not using the isFull function. If the queue is full, it prints queue overflow, or not. It finds the index where the element to be added using this self.rear is equal to self.rear plus 1, and then the element is added and the size is incremented by 1. The dequeue function which removes the element from the queue. It also checks if the queue is empty or not using isEmpty function. If the queue is empty, it prints the message queue underflow. If the queue is not empty, then we assign none to self.front and find the new front element using the statement, and size is decremented by 1. The display function displays the elements in the queue using a for loop, and using an infinite loop asks the user for their choice in the menu driven function. And then let's see the code. We create a class called class queue. We initialize the function using the init function. We initialize self.max equal to max, self.arr equal to none, star max, and the front 0, rear -1, and size equal to 0. And the isEmpty function checks if the size is equal to 0. The isFull function checks if the size is equal to self.max. Then the enqueue function, it performs the isFull function first, and if it is true, it prints queue overflow, or else it performs self.rear equal to self.rear plus 1 on self.max. Then it increments the size plus 1 and prints the message element added in the queue. And then the dequeue function, it checks isEmpty function. If it is true, it returns a queue underflow, or else it performs self.front and decrements the value by 1 and removes the element from the list. The display function displays the display it by using a for loop. When we create a menu driven program to enqueue, dequeue, display, and exit for the choice 1 to 4. And let's see the output. We are entering the size of queue as 2. First, let's do a dequeue. It prints a queue underflow. Then we add elements. It prints a queue underflow, and we are displaying. It displays the element 23 and 24. Since 25 becomes a queue overflow and exits. That's all. Thank you.